Costco collected more than $5.3 billion in membership fees in fiscal 2025. Adobe reported that subscriptions produced 96% of its revenue, and Netflix generated more than $45 billion in revenue, primarily from monthly membership fees. These companies sell completely different things: groceries, creative software, and entertainment. But each has learned the same lesson. A normal sale asks one question: will you buy? A membership asks a more valuable question: will you stay? That changes the product, the pricing, the data a company collects, and the way it thinks about you. The transaction may happen today. The business model is designed around next month, next year, and every decision that might keep the relationship alive. This is why memberships now appear in places that once seemed unrelated. Warehouses, gyms, delivery apps, news, coffee, cars, software, and streaming. They are not merely payment plans. They are machines for changing a company's clock. Imagine two businesses selling the same service for $20. The first business makes a one-time sale. To earn another $20, it must persuade someone to buy again. The second enrolls a subscriber at $20 per month. It still has to earn the customer's trust, but the next payment is now the default outcome, unless the customer leaves. That does not mean the company receives years of guaranteed profit. Revenue may be recognized across the service period. Customers can cancel. Serving them still costs money, but the planning problem changes. Instead of rebuilding demand from zero every month, the company starts with a base of existing relationships. It can forecast revenue, plan capacity, and compare the cost of winning a customer with the value of keeping one. Amazon's filing shows the structure clearly. Its subscription services category produced $49.6 billion in 2025. That number includes Prime and several non-Amazon Web Services digital subscriptions, so it is not a Prime-only figure. Amazon describes Prime as one membership containing an evolving bundle of benefits, with subscription revenue recognized over the subscription period. The accounting follows time because the promise follows time. Once payment recurs, management needs a different scoreboard. How much does it cost to acquire a customer? How long do they stay? How much do they spend? How much do they spend? How many leave each month? Which actions reduce that loss? In subscription language, leaving is churn, and churn is not a side metric. Peer-reviewed research models it as a central force determining whether initial adoption turns into sustained users and revenue. Other customer-based valuation research treats acquisition, retention, and customer spending as connected inputs to the value of a subscription business. Here is a simplified illustration. Start with 1,000 subscribers, paying $20 per month. With no churn, that group represents $20,000 in monthly revenue. But if 5% leave every month and no new customers arrive, only about 540 remain after 12 months. That is not a forecast for any company. It is arithmetic, showing why a small monthly leak compounds into a large strategic problem. A transaction business celebrates a sale, a subscription business celebrates a sale, then immediately begins defending the next renewal. Costco makes that defense unusually visible. At the end of fiscal 2025, Costco reported 81 million paid members. It also reported a renewal rate of 92.3% in the United States and Canada, and 89.8% worldwide. Those percentages use Costco's own trailing definition, and its member count includes a small number of recently expired memberships. But the strategic message is hard to miss. Renewal is important enough to appear beside sales and earnings in the company's annual filing. The membership fee is only one layer of the model. The card also gives the customer a reason to begin the next shopping trip inside Costco's system. The more useful the warehouse becomes, the easier renewal feels. And once the fee has been paid, each visit can feel like extracting more value from money already spent. That is the membership loop at its best. The company gets a durable relationship, while the customer gets benefits worth renewing. But notice what changed. The company is no longer optimizing only the margin on today's cart. It is also protecting the probability of next year's fee. The same logic appears in digital and service memberships. DoorDash says DashPass, Wolt Plus, and Deliveroo Plus are designed to reduce transaction friction by lowering delivery and service fees while adding other benefits. At the end of 2025, the three programs had more than 35 million members. In a 2025 shareholder communication, DoorDash said strong DashPass membership growth contributed to a year-over-year increase in average order frequency. That is the company's attribution, not independent proof that membership alone caused the increase, but it reveals the intended mechanism. paying a recurring fee can change the question from should I order delivery to I already pay for this benefit, so should I use it again? Amazon uses a wider bundle. Shipping, video, music, books, and other benefits do not need to be equally valuable to every member. Their job is to make the combined package difficult to compare with one competing product. One person may join for shipping and stay for video. Another may join for a trial, discover a second benefit, and build a habit. Each additional useful benefit creates another reason not to leave. This is why memberships often expand sideways. The bundle is not random generosity, it is retention infrastructure. Adobe shows what happens when a company moves almost completely onto this clock. In fiscal 2025, Adobe reported $22.9 billion in subscription revenue, equal to 96% of total revenue. Its management tracks annualized recurring revenue and describes acquisition, engagement, and retention as parts of a data-driven operating model. Under the old box software model, a large upgrade could be sold every few years. Under a subscription, the customer keeps evaluating the product while paying for it. That creates pressure to deliver continuous updates, cloud services, compatibility, storage, and support. The model can improve the product because cancellation is always possible. It can also make the customer dependent on a continuing workflow. Files, habits, collaboration, and learn tools accumulate inside the service. The longer the relationship runs, the more expensive switching may feel, even when the cancellation button itself is easy to find. That is not automatically abuse. A product can become harder to replace because it is genuinely useful, but usefulness and switching cost can grow at the same time. The company's job is to make staying feel more valuable than leaving. The customer's job is to distinguish value from inertia. This is where the same machine can turn against the customer. The most profitable subscriber may not be the happiest one. It may be the person who forgot, postponed, or could not navigate the exit. In 2025, Chegg agreed to pay $7.5 million to settle Federal Trade Commission allegations about its recurring subscriptions. The FTC alleged the cancellation was difficult and that some consumers continue to be charged after requesting cancellation. Those are allegations resolved through a settlement, not a court finding that should be rewritten as proven fact. The broader rule is still useful. The FTC says online sellers using negative option programs must clearly disclose material terms, obtain express informed consent, and provide a simple way to stop recurring charges under federal law. Why does cancellation design matter so much? Because a subscription changes the default. In a normal purchase, the customer must act to spend again. In an auto-renewing relationship, the customer may need to act to stop spending. That small reversal is economically enormous. It can support convenient, uninterrupted service. It can also reward confusing notices, forgotten trials, and unnecessary friction. The business model does not determine which path a company takes. It determines which temptation exists. The membership story is often told as if recurring revenue were automatically superior. It is not. A streaming service must keep funding content. A gym must maintain equipment and facilities. A delivery membership may subsidize fees while still paying for logistics. Software must remain secure and useful. Customer support, failed payments, marketing, and cancellations continue. Planet Fitness reported that more than 90% of both corporate club and franchise revenue in 2025 came from recurring streams such as royalties, monthly dues, and annual fees. That makes the business more predictable. It does not make the costs disappear, and recurring franchise revenue is not the same thing as member dues alone. A weak subscription can accelerate its own failure. If customers do not receive recurring value, they churn. If churn rises, the company must acquire more customers just to replace the ones leaving. If acquisition becomes expensive, the attractive revenue stream can become a treadmill. This is why the best membership businesses obsess over engagement. Continued use is evidence that the product still belongs in the customer's life. Companies have dashboards for acquisition, engagement, retention, and revenue. Customers need a smaller dashboard of their own. First, frequency. How often did you actually use the benefit during the last billing period? Second, substitution. Did the membership reduce another real expense, or did it encourage spending that would not have happened? Third, control. Can you find the renewal date, price, and cancellation path without a scavenger hunt? Fourth, portability. If you leave, what files, history, discounts, or habits become difficult to replace? And fifth, the honest reset. If you were not already subscribed, would you join today at today's price? That last question temporarily breaks the spell of automatic renewal. It turns the relationship back into a decision. Companies want memberships because a membership does more than collect a fee. It changes an uncertain future purchase into a measurable relationship. It makes retention visible. It can increase use, support bundles, improve forecasting, and create a longer window in which to earn back the cost of acquiring a customer. For customers, the same system can create genuine value, convenience, lower per-use costs, continuous service, and benefits that improve over time. But every membership also changes the default. The company no longer has to win a completely new sale. It has to prevent an existing relationship from ending. That is the hidden machine. The fee is the obvious part. The real product is continuity, and the most important question is who benefits from it more.